Hello, happy holidays. Okay, point taken, it might nearly be February. I'm a bit late on this because I did procrastinate making this video, but the doll base is Darling Charming from Ever After High, so let's get going. So in a minute, I'll just show you the basic sketch. This character is the daughter of the Grinch and Martha May Whovier from the 2000 Grinch Who Stole Christmas. So in this clip, I'm painting the head and body with watered down green acrylic paint because you can't have a daughter of the Grinch without her being green, right? Although this was a dark green and I needed lime green, so I repainted her. Here I'm preparing some lime green yarn wefts by brushing them out with a metal pet brush after looping them over a pole. Now they're all brushed out into their separate fibres, I can use a small set of straighteners to pull and slightly melt the hair to make it glossier and longer. And now for the final, more optional step in making yarn wefts. I like to go back over with the metal pet comb and brush them out to make them look a bit more fluffy, because I find after they've just been straightened they look a bit too manufactured, so I prefer that more realistic look. Now it's time to reroot. For my rerooting, I use a rerooting tool I made at home with a Hobbycraft craft knife. You take the blade out and replace it with a needle, just like a sewing needle, and you cut the eye at an angle, which makes a hook that you can put the fibres in so you can stab them into the head easily. For this hairstyle, because I'm doing a bun, I didn't need to do the inside of the head, which was really helpful. So I just went around the hairline and tied it up in a bun off camera. I did it off camera because it was really fiddly to get proper tight, but I tied it off with a string so it's not going anywhere, and gave her two 90s kind of fringe bits that we're going to cut later. So I wrapped the hair up in this black fabric, pinned it to the head, and then I just wrapped it around itself and tied it up here. And now I'm going to spray the face with Mr. Super Clear UV Cut Flat 2 times. Let it dry in between, because I didn't do that on my last one and it came out a bit funny, so definitely going to make sure I do that. Make sure to wear a mask. So moving on to the face up, I started off with a light blushing on the face using my pastels, and now I'm going in with the line work of the eyes, lips and eyebrows. So Mr. Super Clear is quite a new medium for me. I've only done a couple face ups with the material, and although it's a lot easier than acrylic paint, it is quite difficult to get even. So I'm still struggling and it is a bit new to me, but I think I did alright with this one. What I do like about using my Arteza watercolour pencils on top of the Mr. Super Clear is that you can just use water and just rub off the pencil whenever you make a mistake, because it's literally water based. It's the same as watercolour paint. So I'm just finishing up the first layer with the outline of the eyes and the red lipstick. Now, I quite like the red lipstick because it brings in a lot of contrast with the green, because they're complementary colours on the colour wheel, which I really liked. Now I'm moving on to putting more detail into the eyes and adding her eyebrows. Now, I'm not even going to lie to you, I find eyeliner quite hard on dolls because it's so small and you've got to get those lines so straight. And eyeliner on a person is hard enough to get it even, but I was really proud of the eyeliner that I did on this doll. Now I'm going in for my final seal with Mr. Super Clear of the pencil sketches, and then I'm going to go over that with acrylic paint. Some of the paint that I used I took from a Posca pen, so I just dabbed the Posca pen on the plastic palette so that I could get the ink out and paint with that, because it was the perfect shade that I needed. The paint that I have, I got from Wilko's a couple years ago, so it's by no means like proper posh paint, and it's really watery, so it takes me a lot of layers to build up, but it works, so I'm happy with it. When I'm doing the eyebrows, I make sure to make them really thick and hairy like the Grinch has. Here I'm adding in the pupils with a dotting tool and black acrylic paint, and then I can move on to doing the hair. Now it's time to work on the bun. I really wanted to do a really big cartoony round bun, almost like a beehive, so I made a tin foil ball and hot glued some leftover yarn onto it from when I've been brushing out the hair. After I did that base layer with the scrap yarn, I went over it with more wefts to give it that sleek, rounded finish, so it looks like the hair on the rest of her head. Also, it's nothing complicated going on here, it's just the regular hair method that I used before, but I'm hot gluing it onto the ball. Now the bun is finished with all the hair on top. I left a divot in the bottom of the bun because it can fit on top of the little ponytail that I made earlier, so that it can be hot glued in place and stay secure. So here I'm just hot gluing down the little fringe, or I suppose these are bangs because they go off to the side, but I'm hot gluing them down at the front and preparing them to be cut and gelled in place for the style. So here you can see me using my regular gel that I use on just real hair. You can just get it from like B&M or Home Bargains or anywhere like that, it's everywhere. And I'm just twisting the hair pieces at the front, coating them in this gel, and then pinning them in place on the head so that they stay in the curled position I want. I wasn't able to film all of this because, as you can imagine, it was a really difficult process with the pins, not trying to ruin the face, but it came out really nicely. Now the main hairstyle is finished, it's time to put on the big bun. You know, it's surprising how before I put the big tinfoil bun on her head, she just looks like a ballerina, and then you put it on and she looks like some ridiculous cartoon character. Secure the hairpiece in place, I'm just going around the perimeter with hot glue to make it extra secure. And this is the finished hairstyle. I love it so much. I think it's one of my favourite hairstyles I've done on a doll so far. It's so classic but so ridiculous at the same time, and she looks like she just stepped out of Toontown or something. I love it so much. Now on to outfits. For the outfit, I almost instantly knew what I wanted to give her. Because her mum is Martha May Whovier, I knew that I wanted her to have a very fancy style, but I also wanted her to still appear young. So I gave her this classic cupcake skirt silhouette, and I really like how it turned out. So for the ruffled skirt, I'm going for the classic 2 ruffled style. So I'm going to be changing the stitch length on my sewing machine to do that. Once I've attached the bodice to the skirt, I can now remove the bottom line of stitching on the ruffles with my seam ripper. This not only looks neater, but it opens up the ruffles more to give them more of a poofy style. I love this dress. I'm so proud of how I did, and I think that the cupcake style translates really well on the Ever After High body type. I also like the shape of the neckline that I did with the classic straight cut top with the sleeveless dress. Using the 3-tiered ruffled skirt pattern by Delightful that I will link in the description, I modified the pattern of the sleeves to shorten them, and then after that I add a circle to the bottom of the sleeves to add that flared effect. After the sleeve is done, I can see how it looks on the doll. I really think this fits the style that I wanted, but I will have to put some wire on the hem to make sure it looks like gravity is affecting it, because the fabric doesn't work the same way on doll scale. I know what you're thinking. Are you making a bra for this doll right now? No, I'm making a bow. I learnt this on Delightful's channel, and it's a really cool trick. You flip over the 2 edges into the middle and wrap over the middle part that jets out, and that creates a bow shape. I made an extreme version of this because I wanted a really huge bow, reminiscent of Minnie Mouse. Then I hot glue the huge bow onto the bun, make a strap around the bun so it looks more realistic, give her some earrings made out of bells, finally put some fluff on the inside of the dress to look like chest hair, and the doll is done. Thank you for watching. I really love this doll. If you like her too, make sure to like and subscribe to see more dolls just like it. And if you have any ideas in the comments, put down some name suggestions, because I have no idea what to name her. I hope you had happy holidays and a good New Year's. See you in the next video. Bye!